Hi guys, and welcome to another Commodore 64 Sunday. I'm Zerfall, and today we're going to be playing Paradroid Metal Edition. Now, Paradroid is one of those games that actually had quite a few versions come out, even just on the C64. There was the original version, the competition version, which they fixed the scrolling and the to make it faster and more fluid. And then the Metal Edition offers additional graphic styles. Both the competition version and the Metal Edition are kind of superior to the original one. However, the original one actually appears further up the Lemon 64 list. Speaking of which, this is game 91. Somewhere up in, I think, the top 50 is the original version of Paradroid. Perhaps more people played that version, so they upvoted with more nostalgia. Who knows the reason for the difference, because this version is actually the more playable one. It's a very playable game, but it's just got a little more going on. These colors are randomized at the beginning of the game, and I'm not going to bother trying to read this story to you because it goes by a little bit too fast once it starts scrolling to read out loud. But if you want to read along, I'll let you do that right now. So, a bunch of our frigates are going towards enemy space, and they're going to take this. If they have these battle droids, oh man, we're in trouble. So, the only way that they can stop this is to send in the 001 influence device, which is a helmet that takes over other robots. We take control of this helmet, and we'll be flying around trying to destroy all of the other robots by taking them over and by shooting them. But you have to change robots rather quickly or else it burns out the other robot. Although when you switch robots, that other robot dies anyway, so it's not too bad. But you'll see the reason why we'll need to switch robots, and that's because you only start... The mini-game that lets you take over a robot, you only start out with, I think, 3 little energy tags that let you try to take over a integrated chip. It's the brain of the other robot. The more high the number is of the robot, going up to 999, the more of those little tags it gets. So, if you let the other robot burn out, you'll be back down to 3, but you might be on a deck that you'll have to sort of take over a robot much more powerful than yourself, and it'll be very hard. So let's show how that works. Whatever robot we find first will be better than us. And what type we're going to try to take over? Servant bot. Alright, so you can see this little screen here. I'm going to choose this side because there's a bunch of spots I can shoot things. Well, there's a few spots. But we're trying to turn the chip yellow. If it's more yellow, then we win. This is a deadlock, I think, unless it's going to choose that we win. Nope. You can see there's a bunch of different symbols there. We'll take a couple of robots over before we start shooting people. There's a few different symbols. The splits and the brakes are quite self-explanatory. These little arrows, they will keep the energy flowing even after your charge wears out. So they're very advantageous to have. And there's also little squares that'll show up, which will be the opposite color to you. Not always, but if you hit one of them, you'll see here on the right-hand side he has one. If he, we have one too. Oh crap! I shouldn't have gone on this side. This was the bad side, or was it? We won. Anyways, if you shoot one of those little boxes, it'll change the color of your energy and help the enemy out. So that's not good at all. Other than that's this is pretty much the gameplay of this game. Oh, if you land in the explosion though, you will take damage, which lets me show off this feature. I can trade some of my score to repair my damage, but only to a certain point. Alright, this side should actually be pretty good. Yep, we got it. You always have to wait down the timer though. And like I said, as the robots get more powerful, there'll be more of those little things, and it becomes more game of making sure you put them all down in time, but also making sure that you don't go first, because then they'll just win all the battle. So, the controls of this game, hold it down to do transfers, and if you press the button while moving, you shoot your lasers. I think if you are not careful about it, the other robots will notice that you are a infiltrator and start attacking you. Some robots will notice automatically because they're not idiots. But for the most part, you're pretty safe. This guy's higher number. Let's take him over. Sometimes it's hard to tell where you should really go. Oh no! Oh well, this shows off a deadlock. If it's a tie, tie goes to nobody and you play again. And this time it's a lot easier to tell which side we should pick. Because there's a bunch of spots he just can't go on this one. And by filling them up, I don't even need this last one. Take it anyways though. So when did this game come out? Well, the original edition came out in 1985, but this version came out in 1989, which is why it's got the improved coding and everything. All the people that made it were clearly more advanced in their skills. It was published by... Oh, that means we beat the level because the lights turned off. Clearly, all the lights turn off whenever all the robots die. Do you know what? I really shouldn't have done that. This could work out pretty good. Make a nice upgrade. Because we have a very advantageous side here. He's pretty much screwed. Yeah, it came out in 1989. Hewson Consultants Ltd, which I love the fact that there's a bunch of the companies that made Commodore 64 games were just these, like, the companies didn't really sound like video game makers. But they made the game. There's not really much music going on here, just sound effects. Interesting fact, I learned this from my brother, Speed Graphics, that the sound effect of the sort of thing was a random number generation thing that ended up just making a neat sound. So this is the type of robot we are right now. We're a crew droid. We can scroll through all the different types. I thought that it had little descriptions of them, but I guess it's just the pictures. And you can see that they're kind of modular in how they're made here. They definitely used a bunch of their... Like that head there is clearly the same as this head here and whatnot, but there'll be a lot more robots for us to see. This is a shape of this deck. You can see this one was split. We got lucky that both the robots ended up on this side, so we don't have to go all the way to the other side to get fixed up. And this shows you what deck you're on. And all the elevator chutes went out, which we're going to have to use to try to get by. Now we're going to go to a much more advanced floor now. And there's a chance we might run into some pretty powerful robots. So we're going to just stay ready. This battle droid, man, I'm pretty sure this is a guy that can stomp the ground and cause, not necessarily stomp the ground. Oh, I might have bit off more than I can chew. Nope. Last minute save there. Anyways, if I recall correctly, he's the one that if you press the button, it makes a flash on the ground. Maybe not. No, it does, yeah. So that's... See, so it's a very effective way of fighting many robots at once. Now, we don't want to fight that 999. We want to take that over. Whoops. Oh boy, this is going to make it harder. Oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, I think we got this. Nope. Oh, darn. I should have gone up from the bottom. I would have made that in time. This side does seem to have the advantage this time. And it can be very unfair to the one. Luckily, they let you pick the side. If it was randomly assigned, man, that would suck. handily won this time. We got to get to that 999 bot, though. You need to take them over, and in all honesty, when you take them over, you pretty much have to take over another robot almost right away. The higher the number, the less time you can take over a robot for, and clearly, we don't want to die. No, I think we've got him beat. Yep. But I know I already damaged him too, so we're not going to spend too much time on this body. Hopefully, he wasn't the last one on the floor. Although we might be able to... Oh, we don't want to take that over. Crap. Is this not... Is this a split floor? Oh, it is! Oh, crap. Okay. We're going to have to go to another floor real quick. That's pretty good damage here. But we gotta get out of here. Oh, that's not the way up. Another one? There it is. Alright, so that's defeated. But we're probably gonna have to downgrade to another crappy robot. I'm gonna wait until we start flashing. But I don't think we're gonna have... Oh yeah, see? We just gotta find someone to take him over. Now this is gonna be relatively easy, because we can pretty much do that. Like, I still got stuff left. And you can see why it would be very hard to take over a 999 with a 296 robot. Anyways, back to the production of this game. It was made by a guy named Andrew Braybrook. He did both the programming and the graphics for this game, which is pretty cool. I've mentioned before that I think it's neat that, oh, I think I took the wrong side. Was not paying enough attention. But human skill beats out over Commodore 64 brain power. Yeah, it's pretty neat that that one person could make a game like this. I mean, I guess it's not really that complicated a game, but as a kid I always thought it was really fun to play. No, we got this, no problem. So, what did people think of this game? 64 gave this game an 8 out of 10 in its 7/89 issue. C64 Games, the website, in 2005, gave the game a 10 out of 10. Lemon 64, oh, I don't have the current score up right now, but back in 2006 gave it a 8.22, and I'm pretty sure, as I mentioned before, that Paradroid itself got a different score. Actually, who knows which score that's choosing, if it's choosing the score for this game or the one that's the original version. Anyways, it was well reviewed is the point. Cultboy.com gave it 8.9, Happy Computer gave it 93, and that was in the 86 edition, so it was definitely based on the other version. Oh, that's everybody on this floor. Let's keep it moving. Oh, that's the floor we started on. Zap, back in 85, gave this game 97%. Oh man, I don't think I made that shot, but they did definitely hit each other. All right, what side would side? Let's stick with this side here. That's a pretty good spot to start. Whoops, crap. That might Nope, we managed to pull it anyway. Sometimes you make that one little mistake and it's the end of you. GameBase 64 has given this game 10 out of 10. So it's definitely well received. And like I said, I'm kind of confused that this version as opposed to the original version isn't higher up on the list. Whoa, there's someone in there that's shooting at us. Let's oh, that's actually a pretty good spot. Oh, he couldn't have fought us on it anyways, though. Whoops, missed, but we're still gonna get it. That wasn't everybody. Let's see if we can't track down this last guy. Oh, I wonder if it's a split floor again. Nope. Okay, they'll be around here somewhere. We're on the hunt. There he is. That's not it. There's gotta be one more. Oh boy. Where'd he get to? That's the problem, is that you can do a loop of this. There we go. You can do a loop. So it is possible to chase the guy around for like a good 5 minutes sometimes. Whoops. Yeah, we still managed to kill him. Hopefully we don't run into any issues. Oh, that guy's stronger than us. Come back here. This side has less holes that could be filled. Yeah, we got this, no problem. Oh, that guy's stronger too. Look, come back here. It's a crew bot, crew droid. Oh boy, that's a pretty convoluted side for both sides. Oh, we definitely have this though. He definitely has more power than us, but he had nowhere to use it. Not a very powerful robot though. It's definitely good to get one of the battle bots because you're much more. Oh, these are the red decks. You gotta watch out. Oh man, he's after us. Can we get him though? Just gotta corner him. Yes. All right, we just gotta win. They have more powerful lasers. Okay, we're gonna go to the right-hand side because you can see those two purple that we can't get to. One of them's already purple, so that's not so bad. It's just gonna be all about timing, I guess. Making sure that we are the last one on. Oh, it stopped on his side. If we had put that one down half a second later, we would have had it. I think I'll take the purple side again. So you can see here, I'm going to wait a little bit now. Just so that I'm winning all those. Yeah, we got it. Now we've got a pretty strong robot, but we're going to have to try to go through this floor without getting blowed up. Whew. Let's go with this side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're kind of set. There wasn't much you could do there. I'm pretty sure this isn't a split floor, so... Oh boy. Now you can see how these guys, we're immune to that attack as we're flying, but you could see how they would be a pain in the butt to fight if you were stuck as a lower level robot. I think we got it. Didn't even use all my plugs. Oh, we should at least get the high score here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. See how you can get stuck between a rock and a hard place. Transmission terminated. And this screen creeped me right out when I was a kid. Alright, let's type in our initials. I'm surprised for a system with a keyboard that they didn't ever really... Yeah, they didn't let you just use the keyboard to type in your name. So let's see if we can see the high score for the day and make sure I beat whoever was the default score. But, I mean, well, what's to say Graftgold Limited? I guess the Heavy Metal Edition must have been Graftgold. Anyways, I always enjoyed this game. I know my brother also enjoyed this game a lot as a kid. Actually, it's one of the few games that I have a copy. I don't have I have a copy of it for my actual Commodore 64. I only have about 5 games for it right now because I think what actually happened, I guess this is a bit of backstory now, we'll wait for the high score. The fuse got blown in our Commodore 64 well after the lifespan of the Commodore 64. I don't know if the fuse actually got broken on ours or if it was one we borrowed, so we gave our Commodore 64 to them for parts and also gave them all our games because we didn't really have a point in having them. Except for a couple of games that we still have floating around. I have a copy of Starquake in box. I think there might have been a couple other games floating around in box around somewhere. I recently got a copy of Heart of Africa, still sealed from my brother as a gift. That was pretty cool. So, but my collection's very, very small right now. So most of the time I'm using an emulator. But speaking of which, this game is actually apparently available on the Wii Virtual Console for only 500 Wii points. I don't know how much that is in real money. I don't use a Wii. But that's a pretty viable way of checking this game out if you've never played it before. It's a pretty cool game. I use a Wiimote when I'm the classic controller when I'm emulating. So, I mean, that's a pretty good controller to use for these sort of games. I mean, it's not great for the track and field games and stuff, but this game it works perfectly for. Yeah. I don't know what to say before the high score comes up. Hopefully we win, or all this waiting's for naught. I do know this game also came out for the Amiga, the Atari ST, it came out actually on Linux. There's a Linux port, there's a Windows port. It came out on the ZX Spectrum. It's a really popular game. If you haven't played this game, I'd be surprised, but if you haven't, you really should check it out. And you see the top score of the day was Zerfall. We're the winner. I'm the best. I'll catch y'all next time on another C64 Sunday.